Welcome to another episode of Scenario. We are back. We are back. After a week off, the Thought Tour was in full effect.
Thought Tour was moving. Thought Tour got your ass jammed up too on the streets.
Yo, yeah, man. The streets was calling, man. As we said before we started, when the streets will find you when you want to find the streets.
The streets was calling you like a lady of the night. Hey, are you who I think you are looking at?
Streets got y'all numbers on speed dial.
No. Dude, man, I work off of Wall Street, man. So I walked like 3 blocks. 3 people asked me in a row, "Am I Donald Glover?"
Oh wow!
In a row, like stop me, like, hey. Then one dude, I was on the elevator with the janitor going in my hotel. He's like, "Hey, man, you ain't gotta tell nobody. Hey, man, you Donald Glover? You ain't gotta tell nobody." Like he was trying to keep it on the low.
And the first question I ask you again is, did you have a shirt on?
Did you?
Yeah, I had a shirt on. Of course, I had my suit on.
I don't believe you. Thought Tour don't wear suits. Now I'm Thought Tour is the best wear white beaters. Hey, before we go too far down the stage, your boy again, Matt Whiten in the building, man. We out here. Sorry for the week down. Thought Tour took precedence over.
It was a full week. It was a full
program.
It was a full week.
It was what it was. Daryl, introduce yourself to the people once more.
Daryl Frierson, once again, as always.
And we got a special guest, a very special guest in the building, man.
We always like to have legal counsel.
Stopping through town. Yeah, we actually brought in, I think I decided he's going to be the show's official lawyer in case we get ourselves in trouble. So if y'all get mad at us now, don't call us, call him. We got my man Tony Mitchell in the building, man.
Officially, that's the person you called on when the issues happen.
The roots between me and Tony run deep, real deep. So it's like Vane's life here, dog. So
yes,
glad you be in the building, fam.
All
the way up from GA.
Most definitely, Atlanta, Georgia, right?
You gotta play some Pastor Troy real quick.
PT Cruiser, put the PT Cruiser on. Let's get it.
So, what kind of law do you practice though? So
I'm on the healthcare side, man. I work in the lobbying field. I'm a lobbyist for a pharmaceutical company that will be remain undisclosed at this time. But yeah, I'm having fun, man. I got a 15-state region, man. I'm having to travel quite a bit, but I love it, bro. I love it.
All right, man. Matt, how you been this week, man?
I've been living, brother. The march towards this eventual wedding is starting to take shape. Starting to really
shape.
Starting to really dominate my situation and stuff. It's all good though. It's no stress at all.
As they say, no sweat off your back.
It's coming, but
sweat coming.
Oh no! I'm just trying to keep. He don't know what he in for.
He don't.
No,
you gonna know though.
Yeah. It's
coming.
As they say, you gonna learn.
It's coming out of the pipeline. I know. Life ain't gonna stay sweet forever, but it's what I'm saying. Hey, I just try to say. Provide wise counsel.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Provide wise counsel.
That's why you got your boys here.
Yeah, man. Look, we just telling you just to chill with it.
I've been to both of y'all weddings.
Yeah.
Tony's wedding actually was a daring feat for me, dog. I flew out the night before. Yeah.
We had the podcast right before you went to his wedding.
That's right. That's right. Because I left straight from the podcast, hopped on the plane, and then we ended up in like some old country Airbnb.
Man.
I was like,
because where you got married out in Atlanta?
I got married in Columbus, Georgia. It's about an hour and a half south of Atlanta. So,
right. Because is your wife from there too?
My wife's from Columbus as well. Yeah, most definitely. We wound up at Waffle House at like 3 a.m.
Yes. That was your reception after party.
That was the after party.
Yeah. Okay. So that's an extended after party situation.
Yeah. That was before. That was the night before the joint, wasn't it?
No, that was after.
That was the night.
Married.
Oh, that was the same night, huh?
That was after the wedding after party. We was on stage at some bar, and then we wound up at.
That's right. House. Okay, now I remember. Yeah, so both of y'all had. I fared better at your wedding than I did at Daryl's. But that's
because they was getting on free. They was getting on shots, man.
Well,
they weren't supposed to though.
Right.
I inspired change at Daryl's wedding. Man, I had the guy end up pouring shots and they ended up pouring most of them for me. So it was
you just got to take the bottle at that point.
I should have took myself out of the situation at that point, but it is what it is. So yeah, we moving forward though, man. Things is good. Situation's in a good place, man. So we'll see where it's at.
So we're gonna have Tony have his questions for our mailbag area, but we're going to go on our one email real quick.
Right,
and he can go into his questions for the mailbag as well.
Definitely. Let's get to it.
You know what, Tony? Go with your first question as I pull up the email. This email is a good email, but your first
All right,
question.
Man. So I've been having a debate with some people, and I really just need to get this off my chest. And this is a tough question. We just going to go music-wise first. So
okay.
Who got more hits? Jeezy or Rick Ross, man. And cause I'm a Rick Ross fan, but I'm from Atlanta and I'm from Columbus. But and I'm just conflicted as a Georgia boy because the reality of the situation is I think Rick Ross got more slappers than Jeezy.
I'd actually agree. That's what I was saying. I actually agree. Jeezy's got more hood classics, which is a different distinction to me.
It is.
Like, a Jeezy song comes in the club, I think it'll get more people to the dance floor, but I think you can play more Rick Ross songs and people will kick it to it, if that makes sense.
I mean, Renzo Ravioli is untouchable, man. He untouchable. Like, he only make hits. And the thing is, now, I think a good distinction to make is the fact that, like, Ricky need a collabo. Now, every time I hear Ricky and John Legend on a track together, or that Rick Ross and CeeLo joint, it's magical, dog. It's
or Rick and Nas song to me.
When Rick and Jay get on a track together, that's a classic.
Yeah, that's gonna work out.
But Rick can't do it by himself. Now, Jeezy, De Niro, most definitely put him on there by himself.
I mean, we can do a little bit of a, you know what I'm saying, like a little bit of a timeline.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, Jeezy go back to that first. Jeezy go back, well, not the first.
Boys in the Hood. Really start from Boys in the Hood. Really.
Yeah, Boys in the Hood. Yeah, most definitely.
You could go to that. I mean, I didn't want to. I wanted to just go like straight up like album. You know,
album.
One head to head with.
Man, Rick Ross has better album per album overall.
You got. Well, I'm talking about singles. I'm not talking about album synchronicity. Yeah. I'm just talking about bangers. We talking about bangers, right? We're not talking about bangers. Like, that's different. That's different than talking about albums.
Right. Well, but bangers. Rick Ross is the best A&R ever in history for music wise in history of rap. Period. He selects the best beats ever. Like, I don't think there's a question about. I think I will debate somebody to the death of me about Rick Ross's beats.
I don't know what they do over there at Justice League, but I know they give Rick Ross the best of what
Look, all the good beats, he gets all of them.
Justice League be holding Rick Ross down. For real. Like, hard. It's hard to argue against that, man.
God, the years of next to some of these albums don't do me no favor. 2005. Thug Motivation 101.
Ooh, now see, that's tough. So Jeezy came out swinging, and that's why it's so hard.
You got it. And then what? Soul Survivor, Go Crazy, and My Hood, which came out a year before Port of Miami. They had Push It and Hustlin' headlining off that.
It had Blow. Yeah, I mean, like it's hits on Port of Miami. The thing is, Rick Ross started off slow, and he found his lane. By the time we get to like Triller, it's like this man was really making magic.
What do you think is the best Rick Ross album?
Oh man, for me, God Forgives I Don't.
Ooh, I gotta disagree with you totally.
Man, really?
I'm going with that third Rick Ross album.
Deeper Than Rap.
Deeper Than Rap.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's
when he was in his bag all the way.
Yeah,
like he's all the way in his bag.
And he found his. That's like when he really found his lane. Like
and he
this is what I got.
He wrote it. He was like, look, I'm just richer and fatter than all y'all. And I'm gonna rap about wings, and it's gonna sound good. And my car's gonna be way flashier than y'all's.
I mean, I think that for what we talking about with that, between the two of them, the subject matter is kind of similar. You know what I mean?
Somewhat.
In a way, I mean, in a way, I think Rick Ross do a little bit more stunting outright.
Jeezy just told me how to sell drugs. And that's cool. Like I needed that. That's
Jeezy took
one-on-one.
Jeezy took the Master P formula to like the next level.
To the 10th power.
Yeah, like he wasn't giving the recipe out.
I'm just gonna tell y'all how to make coke. How to get this motherfucking crack popping.
Jeezy is an inner circle cocaine rapper.
He is.
Like inner circle. Like if you had to make your Mount Rushmore of cocaine rappers.
Ooh. That's
the Mount Rushmore. I mean, Pusha T is on this.
He gotta be.
He may be the king. He just started this early. He was doing this in '99, doing cocaine rap.
Now hold up. Now we got to distinguish between cocaine and crack because I think T.I. is a crack rapper.
It's the same substance.
Okay, I mean I guess, but so then we got.
You can't really make one without the other being involved.
All I'm saying,
like no, that's different. That's crack.
What would you say? Crack is whack. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jay-Z's got to be inner circle drug rapper.
But the thing is though, Jay-Z he didn't overtly talk about crack as much as like a Pusha T, Oh well, no. Pusha T made a song called songs like just
I
crack
get it.
in the song.
They weren't as crafty with it as Jay-Z, but Jay-Z was talking about
definitely talked about something.
Yeah, so if you talk to any dope dealer that was big in the mid '90s, they'll tell you that Reasonable Doubt means more to them than any other album.
Well, then that gets him on it, like no matter what. Like he's.
But I don't think he's in the. I don't think he's a great crack rapper.
Let's let the.
But he's not on the.
Listen, man, I've never sold crack. I just want to put that out there. I've never sold.
Never
crack.
sold dope.
It's a great crack.
Never sold dope.
I've never sold crack.
But no, so dope is different. No, dope is crack.
I'm talking about.
That means he sold dope. He just sold
so
crack.
I've
never sold
heroin. All right, well that's fine.
So I'm just saying.
But it's all the same. That's all the same kind of clientele though. That's like the movie Fresh. We're we sell crack over here. We sell heroin. It's still the same.
I'm gonna say this right now. Luckily, I ain't never had to sell no drugs. I sold a lot of things. I ain't never had to sell no drugs. Yeah. But when we talking about that, I mean, Reasonable Doubt. Jay-Z has to be all time crack rapper.
Yeah,
cocaine rapper.
I agree.
Like I'm just gonna split them.
Him and Big definitely there.
Have to be.
Big is there. Big is up there.
10 Crack Commandments.
No, I'm saying Big is up there. Definitely.
Yes.
Big is up there.
I'm gonna throw in somebody out the left field.
Okay.
Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti talk about drugs quite a bit, man. It's actually kind of crazy. I mean, like Memphis,
because what's your introduction to Yo Gotti? Like what song?
Oh man,
mine is Part Time. The song Part Time.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I was dating this girl from Memphis, and I was down at Memphis, and I was like, "This is crazy," because it comes out hard.
I mean, can we do this without talking about UGK, or since it's a group? Man. I mean, you talking about Pocket Full of Stones. You talking about cocaine in the back of the ride? Like that's like back when titles of songs, like UGK came along at that time when titles of songs were still egregious as hell. Where you just
we gonna tell you what we're talking about.
Like if you read the track list and you like, damn, Cats is really talking about some heavy shit in like '94.
Project Pat ain't gonna shine away from shit.
No, Project Pat. We'll get to a time where we espouse on our love for Project Pat. But it's that's a real thing. I don't know. It's hard to make it, but I think that Ross.
I think Ross overall.
I think you'll have some people that'll fight the legitimacy of Ross's claim to be a drug rapper like that. Though.
That's the thing. That's the thing that's gonna hang up Ross is the legitimacy.
Look, man, them numbers don't lie. Ross make hits.
If you're talking, but I think some people will have a affinity for not saying that Ross is dope because of the correctional officer part of his career.
Sure.
Some people won't even listen, like won't even get to that point of saying Ross. It took me to deeper to rap. I'll be like, I can't deny this shit.
All I'm saying is, like, what was Jeezy's last best album?
It's been a while. Like, I don't know.
I was an undergrad. I want to say like TM103 or something like that.
It's TM103. What song is that? What My President's Black? And My City. I put on for My City.
TM103 is with OJ.
Oh, so you saying before that album? Then you saying pre-Obama? Then
no, this post-Obama. TM103 post-Obama.
It's post-Obama.
Yeah.
The Recession was out.
Recession was the one Obama. Yeah.
Okay, so TM103 is that the one he's got with the Warren G joint though with the Neo?
The Recession was the one with Put On it. Put On.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he was still cooking.
103 was Lose My Mind. I do.
That's 2011, man. That was a long time ago.
Nah, man. I think it's before that. I don't even think that. Like, you can't say that's the good. No, I think it's got to be the one before that.
I'm saying Lose My Mind and I Do. We listen to that.
We're talking about albums though. He's saying albums. Yeah,
that's TM103.
That's on that album though. We were listening to that. Them joints was out.
Yeah.
So is that one? Yeah. No. TM103. I'm looking at it now. You know what it is though. No, TM3 because Leave You Alone is dope off there. That's that Warren G produced. That motherfucker's a dope produced track.
Agree.
Yeah, so okay.
After that, then it gets shaky. It get kind of shaky.
Here's the thing. Jeezy had a little bit of like a DMX run, where it was front loaded and it was banging and it was multiple albums.
Look, I don't think that we can. DMX's run is uncomparable. I think to any rapper ever in history, dog.
Well, I'm not talking about how he hit the scene heavy as hell up front.
Yeah. You saying like this comparison highs versus career?
Yeah, I'm not saying this.
Rick Ross still going, man.
Yeah.
I'm kind of waiting on his next project.
Ross is starting to become like the everlast Snoop Dogg rapper of his era, where he just is around and he just keeps on and he pops up on different shit. Like it could
He's
be
still relevant. He's still relevant.
Man.
Jeezy's not relevant. No disrespect. Jeezy's not relevant.
He's not.
Jeezy always better get a bag anywhere, but from the Midwest to the South.
Yeah.
I think it's real patchy for the East Coast, maybe, or the West Coast. Like, I think he can get one, but it's like, it's here in St. Louis, he's performing it soon or it's sold out already. Like, I don't think he can do that in 100%.
The difference is that what Ross had happened is when you get to like 2010 when like Teflon Don hit, like that was like he had albums that hit in the middle of his career that kept slapping, which shows growth. Yeah. Which is a reason why that keeps going on.
And Ross planted them seeds.
Who had a better career, Jeezy? Who's had a better career between these three? You got to rank them.
Okay.
Oh man.
Jeezy, Ross, T.I.
T.I.'s one. T.I.'s one.
That's a lie.
No. Are you saying rap or are you saying overall career-wise, period? No.
I'm just saying.
Just career-wise.
I'm not talking about if I need somebody to do a bar. I'm talking about who's made the best music. In order.
Rick Ross is number 1.
Yeah, man.
Jeezy 2 and T.I. 3, and I hate saying that.
Whoa.
I hate saying that. Because you can't even tell me what T.I. I mean, like, his last album. Now, the last album was, I respected it. I was like, T.I. respectable effort. I would have given him a
Talking about that Us or Us or Them.
I don't think I could take Jeezy over T.I. T.I.'s peaks was higher than Jeezy's peaks.
Ooh. T.I. had so let's go through T.I. run. He had I'm Serious, which was an underground classic.
Yes.
Classic.
Trap Music, classic.
Banger.
Urban Legend, classic.
Smacker.
King, his best album.
Most definitely.
Classic.
Whoa.
No,
his best album.
No, it's not his best album.
Urban Legend is his best album, and I'm from Georgia.
No. A reason I'm saying if you're talking about popular demand, not what the street. I'm talking about like in general. If you talk to a random hip hop person, they're gonna say King is his best album.
No.
It's the most sales.
No,
it's 2 million
platinum. I'm not worried.
And
about
also
sales.
it's got a Grammy. I mean, it's also got.
That's
you can't say sales and then say best album.
That's kind of like the Kanye album.
That's like the Green Book argument right there.
No, but Green Book didn't make no money though.
It's popular.
But Green Book didn't make no money though.
But it's popular and it won awards. That's what you just said.
No. I'm just giving you. It has a whole bunch. I'm saying every statue you want to say
what
for that
movie made
album.
more money last year than any other movie?
Infinity War.
Made a lot of money.
Infinity War.
And Aquaman is not more fire than
Infinity War. He didn't make more than Infinity War.
But I'm saying Aquaman made a lot of money.
Right, but I'm saying no. I'm saying if you take all, like 7 different categories to be able to match it up for everything, I'm just saying those you have to put in money. This different things though. That it's not the bet in most categories.
Bro, the only way I entertain this conversation is between urban legend and trap music. That's the only way.
That is it, bro. That's it. I'm sorry. As a representative for the Southern delegation, that is correct.
Them 2 albums came out in the heart of my run in college, and I'm gonna tell you right now, there was no.
King got straight bangers on it. I'm not taking nothing away from it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying like it didn't have the grittiness that urban legend or trap music had.
I'll concede on that. I'm
so
just saying that.
Like if I had to go to the stand and defend my stance on this, like if we get to a point where we're talking about this and we're saying bring forward these 3 rappers' best work, and you get to bring one with you, I'm not grabbing fucking King.
But you still got T.I. versus Tip, Paper Trail,
all of that stuff.
No. I'm saying talking about his run.
I'm just saying like when I'm talking about if I got to stand on a mountain and I got to make a decision.
See the thing.
T.I. didn't have a bad album until No Mercy.
Ooh, no. Paper Trail's not good, man. Paper Trail's not a good album. I'm sorry.
It's not.
T.I. versus T.I.P. is not a good album, man. I'm sorry. Like T.I. was tripping when that happened.
Dude, I mean, I can list off the singles that yanked on that Paper Trail. Live Your Life, Whatever You Like.
Live Your Life.
Swagger Like Us, What's Up, What's Happening. Dude, that's 4 bangers right there.
I feel like those songs do something different for my soul than the top 5 songs off of Urban
But
Legend.
that's more. But as the great people say though, that's because you were having sex early a lot at that time. Which your formative years is around certain albums.
I was 21 in
right, but no, saying this, they always say your albums that you're gonna hold most are your formative years that you were like literally had nothing to do and just listen to music.
Well, I'm gonna say right now, I had a lot more to do in 2004 to listen to music though. Like I wasn't sitting around just listening to albums when I was 24. Like when you talk about that, you talking about what I was listening to when I was like 15. That's not my formative years.
No. All I'm saying is Live Your Life ain't gonna stand the test of time. I'm not gonna want to listen to that when I turn 40.
I don't want to listen to it now.
What's Up, What's Happening? I'm saying
What's Up, What's Happening is the best one you know.
Like right now,
Swagger Like Us is on there.
Do you still say Swagger?
But I'm saying, but this is the thing though. You have to look into the context of that time as well. Swagger Us was popping everywhere, man.
I agree.
I wasn't big on it when it was popping like that.
Okay, but you have to step out of yourself though when you talk about there's certain.
I agree.
Like I always have hip hop debates. I always say I do not like the group EPMD, but I'm able to step outside of myself and understand how big they were for some people. That's what I'm saying with certain things. certain
real
things.
Real quick, because I want to turn our topic some here. I'm just gonna say this about Urban Legend real quick. That front four on Urban Legend was one of the most slapping parts of any hip hop album that came out in the last 20 years.
ASAP back to back.
No. The King, Motivation, You Don't Know Me, ASAP.
Don't forget about Get Loose down there.
Oh, I see Get Loose down there. I mean, it was, dog, that album. That Freak, though, 11, the official Step Show song for 2004 through
my thing is, though, that you talk to the average person will not name these songs is what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I think
because I'm saying you're talking about hits and singles, though. Those are not singles, though, and hits.
Bring Them Out as a hit.
You're talking about songs.
Bring Them Out is
no,
like
Bring Them Out. No, Bring Them Out.
Bring Them Out is like a stadium.
That's gonna go forever though.
Right.
But I'm talking about if you're talking about the album, go look at the other albums. You see that there's singles that people were gonna put on your best 20 hip hop when they do a top 20 hip hop album of 90. What they do the now album things. They're not gonna put those songs on there. Those other songs I'm naming will be on those. Is what I'm saying.
Nobody better not make a top 20 hip hop now album.
Okay, I'm saying if they did. If they did though, they're not gonna put on Free though. Somebody be like, oh, that's not what I wanted. I bought this for.
I feel like we making playlists for girls now, and that's some shit that I'm not finna.
Look, it's the great Tupac said, "You make the music for the ladies."
I mean, I hear what you're saying. Swagger like us ain't going on my playlist. I'm sorry.
Yo, Swagger on us went hard, man. Look, you put that on the club though, like maybe at that time though, you would get everybody on the floor.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Swagger like us went hard, and so
it got overplayed. That's why you won't play it now. It got overplayed. Yes.
Now, if you play Ross's best shit in that environment versus T.I.'s best shit in that environment, who gets the room a little stronger?
I think he has more current stuff. Oh, that's a hard one, man.
Hey man, if you put on Stay Scheming, man, it's
but see, that's the thing though. Like that's just. But so we're having two different discussions then here.
I hear what you're saying.
So are we? Because like, have you ever listened to an album though? And like, is your album from like, at least for me, like 97, 98. Like one of my favorite albums when I was like high school was Don Cartagena. But then I'll play like those were dope albums because me. But somebody's like, I don't give a fuck about that. Where's the hits that was on there? That's how I had to train my mind to think into that. Like somebody, you may have sat with that album and know every album track on it, but if you just said like, yo, play me the 3 bangers off of here real quick that I will adopt to, those are what you look at.
I hear what you're saying. I'm with you.
That's what I'm saying with that. And my point is Rick Ross may have more as I'm thinking about it, just slappers that I can just play for you and be like, oh no, that was a hit.
Renzel Ravioli got smackers. That's all I'm saying.
All right, man. Let's go to our listener email, man. This is from our boy Dark Scribe. He wanted to talk about his cousin Mike that he put in from the fantasy draft. He says, "Scenario crew, your analysis of cousin Mike was 100% correct. If you need this to help you retrieve some items, he was prepared to keep those items. Look, we talk about how if he get the items for you, to prepare for him to keep those items that he got back for you.
Oh yeah.
We talk about the Snowfall episode where the dude got the money back for him. He's like, oh no, this mine no.
Yeah.
He said, also, you then must be prepared for yourself to have those items this be sold back to you in your his bi-monthly yard sale.
Like you just.
So he's gonna put your items in his yard sale after you get it back for you.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a rough life right there.
I would add to like discussing on your Democratic president of Kennex wrestlers. Cory Booker, aka Burrhead Jones. He actually put a link to this. Do you know you're a wrestling fan? I've never heard of Burrhead Jones. He gave us a link to this guy.
Jones. That sounds like a cat that might have grown up in the neighborhood.
He said, Daryl, I know you will appreciate this one since you have affinity for Black history. Hold on.
Burrhead Jones.
Burrhead Jones. Yo, we may need to get him for the rest of the podcast with this.
Birdhead Jones sound like.
Ooh, look at 1936. Moncks Corner, South Carolina. He's from Moncks Corner. Shout out to the Two Live Stews. Died at 80 years old in New York in 2017. He is technically the first black. Nelson made him and Vince McMahon came up together. Looks like Jimmy Jones. That was his name. Vince McMahon gave him his name.
Vince McMahon's from North Carolina.
He competed at the original cage from WWF. I didn't know it was 3 W's before.
Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
Okay, from 1968 to 1971. He's still included a match against Ivan Koloff, who went on to win the WWF Championship 2 months later. So he's he died for Ron Simmons can live, basically.
Okay.
Is what we're saying here, I'm assuming.
Sounds like he died so that Dwayne Johnson's daddy
so
could live.
I need to dive deeper into this, though, because I'm trying to figure out the Cory Booker angle with this.
Hey, Hey, give us tied together for us. Bring it in like that. Let us know where we at with that. Tony, so that you know, we did a Black History Month draft a few shows ago.
Oh, wow,
but there was a category in there where you got to draft a nigga you know. As part of your Black History Month. I picked my Uncle Reggie, who's worked down at Bi-State. They used to work on and introduced me originally to Crown Royal bags and all the different things I could do with it.
Man.
He kept the curl alive for a strong run through the 80s.
Wow.
After he finished a career being a hard-hitting third baseman down in the park.
He's like a legend.
He's a true legend. I'm talking about he was fixing them cars and driving them cars before he eventually got the state to start buying his vehicles. Now he's the head of the union.
Oh, wow. That's an impressive.
And then I had my boy Double D, who happened to get a girl to ride in the trunk all the way from Des Moines to Ames in snow.
Oh, wow.
And that was just one story. I gave a multitude of stories. And he also rebutted back in an email 2 shows ago saying, I don't know what y'all talking about. The facts have been he said, what do you say, manipulated for my stories. And no, I actually took out some stuff though for the air.
Man.
I'll tell you the full story off air of like everything that happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's also the guy that showed up to African American BAA party with all the Asians from Iowa State.
Oh man.
And said I'm about diversity, but it was all women though. He didn't have any Asian males. He had 7 Asian women with him.
Double D, you're a pioneer.
Look, and brought him. He had a saying that I don't want to say on the air. Just put on. He had a Christmas hat. He had a Santa hat on as he's coming through the door. Shout out to Double D. I know you're gonna rebuttal this. Double D comes out. He literally texted me after he listened to the show. Dog, he's like, "Am I gonna be on every show? Or what?"
Double D ain't even.
He's like, "You know I work," because he works for in the government too. Now he's like, "You know I work for the government." Shout out to you, Double D.
Shout out to Double D.
Then he says Kamala Harris as AKA Sasha Banks, Julio Castro as Chavo Guerrero Jr., Beto O'Rourke as Dolph Ziggler.
Oh,
wow, this is getting into it. Wow.
Marion Williamson as Molly Holly.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is a deep dive like a month.
And Dark Scribe, you got some stuff in here for the OG hour. I will keep that for the OG hour. So one more from our man. Did we talk about the drinks with our man before the hype? Did we talk about his email? He's talking about the drinks. We talk about the OG hour.
No,
I'm gonna say that for OG hour.
Yeah, save it.
Yeah. All right. So go on to your second question, man.
All right, man. This second question is for you sports people out there. Where is RJ Barrett's floor and ceiling? Now look.
Can we start this way before we do this?
We can.
I want for you to do this because we talked about this. Maybe we talked about this. It might have been us talking about LB last week. Who is RJ Barrett going to be in the NBA?
My gosh.
Like, give me the baseline of who RJ Barrett is going to be. Because I've got one already.
The baseline of who RJ Barrett is going to be, I think the baseline for him is Lou Will.
Ooh,
like he's going to be that player?
I think
or is he gonna go and do the other Lou Williams stuff too though? Or we just talking about No, Lou Williams had 2 girlfriends for like 2 seasons.
Oh, you talking about living the Lou Williams life? I thought you were talking about his earlier career.
No, because we have women that listen to our show and people that aren't sports fans. They may think that you're talking about the other side of Lou Williams.
Nah, he not gonna be. He ain't Sweet Lou now.
Sweet Lou is different.
That's Sweet Lou. I'm talking about Lou Will. RJ Barrett is gonna get buckets.
Yes.
Now, how he gonna get buckets and how efficient he's gonna be is a different question.
Well, it's the right time we do this because right now this is going to be dropping on the second day of the NCAA tournament. Duke's going to get into action later on today.
Yes.
North Carolina gets into action later on today. So it things move on. But so for me, I'm going to throw a number out here right now about who I think RJ Barrett is going to be. I see a lot of Joe Johnson in RJ Barrett's future.
That's a great answer.
Joe Johnson. Where if
All-American hero Joe Johnson.
And yes,
All-American. Do not talk about Joe Johnson in bad.
He's giving much respect.
Oh, okay. I was like, look, Joe Johnson is an American hero. Sticking up people for this money.
I see a lot of Joe Johnson and RJ Barrett.
That's a great example.
But if he gets to the league and becomes a cat that starts to look, I think he's athletic enough. He'll always be a penetrator. If he gets to the league and starts to become a different guy, he might be able to fill it up like Michael Redd. Prime Michael Redd. Not unfortunately gone from the game early Michael Redd.
So this is why this made me upset. I got a boy, and I'm gonna say his name.
Call him out.
Jared Nobles, man.
And you make sure you send him the link to the show.
Oh, Jared Nobles. Yeah.
You know Jared.
Yeah. He went to college with my wife. Yeah.
And Jared said RJ Bass is your boy in Philly.
Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Butler.
What?
He ain't never gonna.
What defense has he played like that?
He young right now.
Hold on. First of all, when it comes to Jimmy Butler, let me.
You call him the Apex Predator when you talk to us.
Oh, okay.
He's the Apex Predator first and foremost. His actual name hasn't been said on this show in some time.
Yeah, Apex Predator.
That's the Apex Predator. But number two, but RJ Barrett, daddy played pro. He's from Canada. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that in a few. He's from. He called
himself the Maple Mamba now.
But wait a minute.
Maple Mamba.
That's what he calls himself now.
Wait a minute.
That's what he calls himself now. The Maple Mamba.
Hold up. Wait a minute. I got more defense. I have more evidence I got to bring to the defense here. That on top of that, Jimmy Butler was homeless. Jimmy Butler still rides around.
Went to a JUCO first.
And he didn't start his first year and a half in the league. Now, first of all, Jimmy Butler's defensive prowess comes from a place of struggle that RJ Barrett would never know.
It does, though. But this is the thing I'll say about RJ. This is one thing I will say about RJ. He hungry. He hungry.
Because he was the best player in the country and he's still the second most popular player on his team.
But you can see it in his eyes, though, man. RJ has that, dog mentality. And that's the only thing I'm going to give him where I will say,
But he can't hit a shot if he saved his life.
Because
the Duke was falling off while Zion was gone.
I'm going to tell y'all why Jared pissed me off. This man Jared said he got that Kobe in him, and I just don't see it. No.
The Maple Mamba. That's what they was trying. Somebody, one of them Duke fans at when they do the game day came up, and that's why he started calling himself Maple Mamba. He calls himself the Maple Mamba now because he's from Toronto. The Maple Mamba.
Man, I'm not saying that.
But you can't.
I'm not. So the thing is,
he's Joe Johnson. He's Jackum Joe.
He's Joe Johnson.
He will shoot you out of a game quick, though.
Joe Johnson legacy, right?
If Duke loses, I guarantee if you go look at the stat line, he shot 5 for 20.
Well, you know what? Cam Reddish shoots them out of a lot of games too, though.
Yeah, he's not confident yet. I mean, I don't know.
Cam Reddish is a dude. I feel like you got to take him if you know you don't got to play him right away.
Cam Reddish can go top 10. And he just needs to be in the right environment.
He needs to end up in the Bullets. I mean, I call them the Bullets.
The Bullets.
Wow.
He needs to end up
the Bullets. Damn.
He needs to end up with the Bullets.
Shout out to Uncle Gilbert Arenas.
He's back. He's back too.
In the Big Three.
Yes, he's back.
Oh, he's in the Big Three?
Oh, yes, I got that down.
Did you add that?
I got that down. I got that down to bring up
the Big Three on fire.
The new class of people that are coming into the Big Three this year is the gangster class we've been waiting on for some time.
That's the one. I might have to tune in.
Why are they doing this to themselves?
Have y'all been to a Big Three game?
No, we need to make this a road trip to Chicago.
I was going to actually cover them that first year.
They really kind of be live for real.
They be sold out on the low, I heard.
Yeah, it was one in Atlanta. It was popping.
But anyway, I don't do this real quick. I want to hit this real quick before we move into a few more topics. I'm just going to throw out some of the big names that are playing in the tournament, and let's talk NBA with them. All right. So let's start with last night's Festival de la Murray State with Ja Morant.
Top 3 pick.
No, but who is he though? You know who I'm gonna say already. He's Russell Westbrook for me.
He a dog. Ja a dog.
I'm gonna go a little bit differently, man. I'm gonna go a little bit Jason Kiddish.
No.
Jason
Kidd ain't never had that explosive.
He ain't never had that kind of
but he had court vision. That dude has court vision like
that ain't gonna be his game in the league.
Ja is a scorer.
Yeah.
Oh no, but he can pass. Do you see some of the passes? I'm not talking about the other day. I'm talking about when they play Belmont. Stuff like that, his passes are there.
Bro, I'm telling you, though. I mean, Russell Westbrook passes are there, too. There was no point where Jason Kidd was a 20-point scorer in the NBA.
Yes, he was. What are you talking about?
A 20-point per
game. Yeah, what are you talking about?
With the Nets, and
when he was on Phoenix, dude, I think besides the dark days when he's on the Knicks and on Dallas, he probably averaged a good 20-some points in his career until them last 5-6 years.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
No, he didn't.
Dang, we gotta.
He absolutely didn't average 20 points for his career.
I didn't say for his career. I said if you take out those years.
Jason Kidd never averaged 20 points in the season. The most points he averaged in the season was 18.7 with the Nets. I know for a fact that he's not. And John Morant's gonna average the numbers he
did. No, he's not gonna average that many though, because he doesn't want to though.
It really kind of depends.
You're tripping as hard as you've ever tripped on this show, right?
No, I don't think he wants to average that many points.
Yes, he is. If you average 20,
John Morant's gonna come and really try to like prove it.
You think he's gonna try to score? Or is he gonna try to be a distributor?
Bro, he's Russell Westbrook. The distributor is secondary.
Look, we got to think about this logically, guys. If he a top 3 pick, he either going to New York, he going to who got top 3?
I don't want to go to New York.
Atlanta, he ain't gonna go there.
No, Atlanta, they already got Trey.
Right, and then
Cleveland,
he going to
Chicago,
and
but they already got whatchamacallit though.
Right, Cleveland.
Yeah, got they drafted
him and Sexton can't play together.
Yeah,
the best possible landing place for John Morant is Phoenix. Best possible, because they've got no ball handler. They should be handling the ball. New York is good. Here's the thing: we don't know who the Knicks are going to be yet, because the Knicks got their money. They go. Him and Kyrie can't play together.
Not at all.
They can't play together. Like if the Knicks don't get the number 1 pick, they have to take RJ Barrett. They have to.
You know who I want? You know what I want to happen though. You know what I want. I need the Bulls to go ahead and say, you know what? Let's do what we supposed to do.
Okay, so let's slow down for a second. We'll get to the Bulls in a second, because you know what I'm going to say about the Bulls. So anyway, for me, John Morant is Russell Westbrook.
I'm with the Russell Westbrook comparison. I'm with that. Like I think he can create. He got crazy rise. I think he got what kind of vert he got? 45.
It's stupid.
It's crazy.
And if he's not Russell Westbrook, he's going to be fucking Stephon Marbury or Steve Francis type. Like he's going to be a dude that's getting his stuff off though. Every game.
I agree.
So let's go to the big fish. Let's get it out the way right now. Zion Williamson, number 1 pick in the draft, no matter what happens. He's the number 1 pick.
The Knicks.
Who's he going to be? I don't care where they're going. I mean, I'm talking about who they're going to be.
He just it's hard to say, man.
Yeah.
Because man, I saw a stat the other day. They said if Zion was in the league right now, he'd be the 2nd heaviest player in the NBA.
Which is crazy that's where we at.
And this man 18.
Is he gonna be a better version of Tractor Trailer? Like a better? Don't say a better version. Like I didn't say is gonna be Tractor Trailer.
No,
I think
he ain't gonna be a ground and pound guy.
I think he's gonna be a Blake Griffin with a jump shot.
I'm gonna say he's gonna be the evolutionary Larry Johnson.
I was just gonna say Larry Johnson, but he's so much bigger than Larry though. That's the only thing.
I'll take that.
Yeah, but we just take his. I think Zion's size gets focused on too much. I'm talking about the style his play, because his size doesn't dictate the way.
But Larry developed that 3 later on in his career.
Zion absolutely.
Yeah.
Zion, I just thought about it. Zion about to be Chuck.
Charles Barkley. Here's the thing I'm gonna say. He's already taller than Charles Barkley, first of all.
That's cool.
But here's my thing about it. He could be Charles Barkley if he lands in the right place. I think he can be Larry Johnson baseline to baseline anywhere he goes. But I like the Charles Barkley.
He gonna be Charles.
Because it does. How often Charles Barkley's only happened once.
Right.
Once.
And it's gonna happen again.
I just think the reason why I say Larry Johnson is because I think that the only thing that could be the difference is between Larry Johnson and Charles Barkley with Zion is I don't know if Zion gonna get to the league and dog cats. Like Larry Johnson and Charles Barkley dogged cats.
Zion gonna dog people, bro.
The bottom, here's the floor for Zion Williamson. The absolute floor. Take the athleticism out. I'm just talking about as a basketball player, and it's a nice floor in my mind. All-star Charlotte Hornets, Anthony Mason. Who can stretch the floor. Because Anthony Mason was a better basketball player than he got credit for being sometimes.
I can see that. I think Larry Johnson, Charles Barkley is a good comparison. I don't want to give him Anthony Mason. He's gonna come and like really make an impact in the league. And don't let him get to the Atlanta Hawks. That's all I'm gonna say. If he get to the Hawks,
all right. So then let's do that, because we talked about this a little bit before. What's the best landing place for Zion in y'all minds?
The Hawks.
Why? Reluctantly, the Knicks.
If you put him,
because they gonna support. They gonna let him do it.
Well, let's put the 7 teams that are the 6 teams that have a chance at the number 1 pick right now.
Okay, let's go for it.
It's Atlanta. It's Dallas, but Dallas's pick goes to Atlanta. So Atlanta has 2 top 10 picks.
Most definitely.
Chicago, Cleveland, Phoenix, and the Knicks.
So now, the thing with the Knicks is he needs pieces around him.
But I think the Knicks will let him. I don't think any player is good in Atlanta, period. It's bad for you to be around that many women.
Man. Have you watched the Hawks this year?
I know, I get it, but I'm just saying it's been poison. It's been poisoned for a lot of different draft picks over the last 10 years. I can name the catch and be like, oh, he's gonna be dope. He got to Atlanta, got to go in the shake clubs a little bit too much.
A little bit different. I don't think they drafted anybody that I looked at and I said he was gonna be a guy down there.
Marvin Harrison.
Marvin
Williams. I don't know why I went to Marvin Harrison. Look, I'm sorry, Two Guns. I'm sorry, Two Guns. I brought you up, Two Guns. Yeah, look, I'm sorry, Two Guns. I didn't mean. Two Guns. Look, Two Guns. I did not mean it. Don't show up at the car wash and let loose on me.
Think about the fact that Peyton Manning has Marvin Harrison's number in his phone. Anytime you just need to think.
Anytime you want to fuck with Peyton Manning, you say two pistols in the center.
Just think about the fact that they know each other, and that's funny enough for me forever.
Just think about the fact that Marvin Harrison only rocked the mustache. That's just dangerous.
That should have let you know what time it was with him right away.
And we won't talk about his crimes. But he's the only black man I know besides Don King to get away with what he's done.
I think that Atlanta has been one of the worst drafting teams in the NBA. I never thought that Marvin Williams was a dude.
But are we saying worst drafted because they got to Atlanta and he ended up being bad? Is what I'm saying.
Marvin shouldn't have came out this first year.
He shouldn't.
Let's just talk about that. So
it's kind of hard to push me not to be the third if I'm the third or fourth pick, not to go.
But Roy, you need to develop a Roy system. That's South Carolina.
I agree, but I'm saying it's hard for you to tell me I'm the third or fourth pick and I don't go.
I get it, but the thing is, he doesn't.
I'm not begrudging him for leaving. I'm just saying, who did they take in the last decade that made me?
The worst one is the slumlord Sheldon Williams, who's lived his life. He's maximized his life the most possible. Not only did he marry Candace Parker, had a baby with her, and then he got $400,000 up off of her during the divorce.
Can y'all
and he made money though. He was a draft before the cap on the draft, man. So he made about $15 million.
Can y'all take a journey with me real quick?
Let's go
on the Atlanta Hawks.
You going to Atlanta draft?
Because let's go. I'm gonna go back to 2000.
Okay.
Bad.
DeMar Johnson.
Who?
DeMar Johnson, exactly.
But he ended up having a decent career with the Raptors, right?
But I'm talking about like
solid pick.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on, man. Let's not rescue any of these names I'm about to say right now.
Okay. We don't. I can't say nobody.
Pau Gasol.
They drafted.
But he traded.
Traded. I'm gonna tell you the two players that they traded away. They could have turned their franchise around. Number one, Pau Gasol. The next year, they didn't even have a first round pick. The next year, Boris Diaw. The next year, with the 6th pick, they took Josh Childress, and with the 17th pick, they took Josh Smith. And they leaned on them cats for too long to try to turn it around.
Especially Josh Smith.
Oh my God.
So now let's start making sense of making your draft picks make sense next to each other each year. The next year, they took Marvin Williams, and followed that with Sheldon Williamson next year. Doesn't make any sense. Like, what team are you trying to put together? The next year, a good pick finally. Probably the best pick they've made in the last 20 years. Al Horford.
That was a good pick. Al worked out for them. He just had a piece around.
Yeah, I mean, Al Horford was a solid pick. Solid third pick in the draft. They took AC Law, number 11, in that same draft. All right, so they
AC Law was raw at Texas.
You're doing it again. There's a difference between being raw and like right now. Let me tell you somebody else not to be confused by.
Michael Beasley was raw in college.
Raw. I remember a time being like, who do I want the Bulls to take?
Yeah.
Derrick Rose and Michael Beasley because I was dumb.
That's not even a question.
But yeah,
this is a lot of hindsight we having right now, though. I agree. This is a lot of hindsight. AC Law was raw in college.
You was willing to put your franchise on AC
Law. But you're saying that now, though. You got to think back when AC Law.
I think that I'm not as willing to buy into the hype around players coming into the league. I think that once you get out the top 5 in the draft, good luck.
Right. AC Law wasn't a franchise.
Like, who was the number 11 pick last year? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Come on, man. I mean, like, he's a solid player, but I'm not looking at him now like I'm going to be in 10 years like, man, that was the pick to make. You know what I'm saying? When Michael Porter was on the board. And Michael Porter ended up being DeMar Johnson. But my thing about it is, in the NBA draft, among all other drafts, I'm drafting talent, bro. I'll figure out the rest of it later. So these niggas didn't do that. I'm going to throw out a couple more names and then we can move on. Mm-hmm. John Jenkins, Damian James, Adrian Payne, Kelly Oubre, DeAndre Bembry.
But they traded Kelly Oubre immediately, though.
But yeah, I'm just saying what you use on your pick with. The last 2 years, they've done. Now, they drafted Luka Doncic this year. which I just still don't understand trading that pick. I just do not understand why you moved on to him to get another. What they were trying to do was get another pick this year to load up for Zion.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, my team wasn't gonna be that much better with Luka Doncic. I'll take the shot with my own pick and keep fucking Luka Doncic.
and just have my one shot at Zion instead of having.
I just think people didn't know what Luka was gonna be. And
I feel like anybody that watched that 17-year-old motherfucker in the EuroLeague dominate them grown men should have realized that you was looking at Kobe Bryant of Europe with that motherfucker. Because he was at an early age doing stuff that just didn't happen with other people. But the thing I'll say is I like the John Collins pick. He's been better as a pro, quicker than I thought he was going to be. But they got the chance now. That's the only thing I'm going to say. This team has been one of the worst drafting teams though in the NBA.
This is a pick that can change the game for him.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I'm him, I'm like, man.
But I like that Trae Young. We sat here and Kate said Trae Young is the perfect Atlanta player.
Oh, he's perfect for Atlanta.
He is.
Quavo cosign.
But Zion, I don't think Zion's not though. I think he's low key enough to be good in New York.
I think with that team though, like I don't wish New York on anybody.
No, I get it.
Durant,
I don't want New York. I don't want the Knicks to be ever be good.
Like
full disclosure.
Like not like I feel like the Knicks. I feel like the Knicks. Zion could go there and be a star, be a great star turn. But when I look at how a team plays, with Herter, who's better than I think a lot of people knew coming out, with Trae running the court, John Collins able to space, it lets Zion be the player he needs to be. That makes more sense.
But it's the off the court things I worry about being in Atlanta.
That's
what I'm worried about.
I'll be honest with you. You should worry about that. But here's the thing I like about that is that Zion is from the South.
And so he go to Atlanta. That's what I'm saying.
That's too much for me, man. Look, New York, it's hard for me to get. You got to think, man. Like as the great Orlando Pace said, me coming to St. Louis was better than me to going to Miami or some of these other teams.
Well, Orlando's either gonna come here or go to New York, though. Like he was not.
But he was saying that some players like it's better for them to go to Green Bay or go to City where
what do we know about Zion that makes us say that? Though?
He was saying period. Remember, Pace was saying period in some cities.
I know, I get that.
You shouldn't go to
this, man. I'm talking about Zion himself.
He seemed to have a good head on the
shoulder. Like he doesn't strike me like I don't think I want Ja to go to New York. I think Ja gonna get to the league and go wild.
Ja need to go to Cleveland. Then he needs to go somewhere where he doesn't pop.
To Phoenix. He needs to go out to where he could be. Basketball is what you do, bro.
Yeah. He need to be able to focus in.
Like, the person that can handle New York is R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett can handle New York.
They are bury him, I feel like. Because he's going to want to talk to a bunch.
I tell you, R.J. going to come out and be a killer somewhere. I think he's going to be a scorer.
Well, who the fuck we see in New York? Rui Echemara from Gonzaga? Because I'm going to tell you right now.
That'd be great. That sounds like something that the
That is absolutely who the Bulls are taking. That is the most Bulls pick possible. Either the Bulls even
why do we need that? That we got marketing though.
They're either taking him because they need somebody to get next to Wendell Carter and do more work so that marketing can never come in the key in his life ever.
Then why did we get him in the first place?
Why do the Bulls do anything that the Bulls do? To not have to spend money. That's the only thing the Bulls make decisions on. Is this going to actually cost us
and then they're trying to win games.
Jerry Reinsdorf still feels like he needs to be recouping bread that Michael Jordan made him spend. Michael retired 2 years ago from the Bulls.
You said he's still mad about that.
He's mad about that 32 he had to pay Mike. Mike said, I'm going to need $1 million per point I'm putting up each season.
Ooh, Jesus.
And that's how he lived. Another cat that can make sense.
Hey, that's the funniest thing. I'm going to have to tweet that out.
That's real.
That he's trying to recoup money from Jordan still.
Who's Cam Reddish going to be in the league?
You know what? I think Cam Reddish. So for me, Cam has a real big ceiling. I think he has a real nice ceiling.
I'm glad you said that because I'm going to tell you who I think he's going to be.
I think he's going to be like Dale Curry if he can pull it together.
Oh, no. I've got a whole different big ceiling direction I'm going in.
Which way you going?
Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay still got potential. He's been in the league for a decade.
Man, no. I'm not giving him Rudy Gay. Cam got sniper ability.
He got sniper ability, but Rudy Gay also had that Tracy McGrady ability that everybody was talking about. I feel like Cam Reddish has a lot of ability. Cam Reddish has a chance to be a Duke, the old school Duke cat, where he gets to the league and you like, damn, dog.
You trying to say he Grant Hill?
No, because Grant Hill actually was a first team All NBA cat. I'm talking about
Cam got a lot of potential.
Who's a Duke cat? Who's one of our classic Duke cats that got to the league and we just like, damn, that didn't work out like we thought it would. I see some Mike Dunleavy and Cam Reddish. Yes, that's very.
Mike Dunleavy might be the answer.
Mike Dunleavy. That's
your answer.
Might be
Nick Roberts.
Nick Roberts. I thought Josh McRoberts' point was to get dunked on professionally when he is.
But they was on his dick though.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of cats. I know we'll definitely talk. I'll throw out a couple more names that you're gonna see that I like that you're gonna see coming up. Jared Culver out of Texas Tech. He'll go get out there.
No.
Jared Culver is nice.
One played last night. Keldon Johnson. I think Keldon Johnson got a chance to be a back end top 10 cat that's gonna help teams out.
I ain't watching that much.
Another cat that I think is going to be better outside of school than in school is Nasir Little. I don't know if I'm not taking a top 5, but I think he could be a good player for a team like New Orleans or Orlando or something like that. First of all, but we already know Orlando's going to take a center. So whoever the best center is that's on the board, then they're going there. Another dude that didn't make the tournament, but it can hoop, but he was hurt all year, was Darius Garland out of Vanderbilt. Nice.
Yeah, but he got hurt for the season. He was hurt for the season. Yeah.
Well, he came back. He
did come back.
He said he opted out. He pulled the bowl game. He said, I'm not playing in the NIT. He's healthy now. He just not gonna play in that.
But he missed this whole season damn near because he put like an ACL before the season started.
Yeah, him and Bo Bowl are both cats that got hurt
I'm out.
And just
I'm good. I'm good.
Didn't see him again. Daniel Gafford down in Arkansas, he can bang a little bit, so it's gonna be an interesting draft. But there's gonna be a lot of dudes to watch. I think.
Is this 96? People are trying to say this is supposed to be like the 96 draft here.
No, everybody, all the draft analysts I've listened to said it's a top 5 draft.
Well, no, before the season started, they were saying this was supposed to be like 96.
I think they brought it back to now it looks like a 2003 draft where you're going to get your guys.
You're going to have top heavy draft.
Which lets you know right now the Bulls are going to have the 6th pick. Because that's the life of the Chicago Bulls. All Memphis needs to do is make sure they don't get in the top half of the draft so the pick don't go to Boston. We all have to root that Boston doesn't get these picks that are supposed to fall to them.
Anything else?
At some point,
they've already
to cash
shown
in.
they don't know what to do with they don't know.
And he going to have to cash. They going to cash in at some point with these picks. They can't just be sitting there with them.
If they don't make a move with Anthony Davis, man, it's just like what's going on?
I think Anthony Davis might have to resign.
Ooh.
I think Anthony Davis might have to, Doug.
Really?
Because I think that they done poisoned the water too
much. What a
much.
hot take right there.
I feel like they done poisoned the water too much for cats to want to deal with it right now for trading folks away. Yeah. I think he's gonna have to get the contract first, and then they're gonna have to try to make a move.
Like a sign and trade.
They didn't even.
I think which is gonna take another year.
I don't know. I think that communication is dead there.
He most certainly is never gonna be a Laker. I just don't see how that happens at this point. And the only other team that got enough toys to get him is Boston. But it sounds like, because the thing to remember about the Pelicans is that they getting run by football. There's no basketball management on that team right now. They're all getting run by the Saints people because the Bensons own them too. And the Bensons even got the owner off Major League running them. Major League 2.
His wife that came up on the team, like, don't know what she doing. Like,
playing join the franchise mode. That's all.
Yeah,
and their kids is like, I can't believe
it. But
they
trying to make them trades that even they try to make them trades that even 2K don't let happen.
Right.
Like I need 7 first-round picks for him.
The Lakers tried to trade the entire team and 3 first-round picks, and they were like, no, thank you.
We need 2 more. We need 2 more first round.
That down quick. David Stern don't play that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, David Stern called back in and said we can't do that.
Right, we can't do that.
Because Adam Silver seems to not give a fuck.
What was the lady from Major League's name? What was the owner? Like, he probably called her back up.
I can't remember. One day he was taking them clothes off of
Yeah. He called her up and was like, you can't demand this in a trade.
Yeah, we ended up staying. I'm gonna turn the corner real quick. We ended up staying on that a little longer than I thought we would, but that's all good shit.
Yeah, and we haven't been here for a while, so hey.
I want to move to another side of the sports world and just throw the question out here real quick. I'm starting with our legal advisor real quick.
Man.
It got announced yesterday, I think, that the settlement amount for Colin Kaepernick might have been closer to the $10 million range as opposed to some of the 60 and 70 million numbers that are out there. So I'm just going to ask you straight up, Tom, because he's our fraternity brother. He's a brother that we got to stand behind no matter what happens. Hey, man, did this brother take what accounts to basically to a bargain basement deal if this number is a real thing?
I mean, look, man. I think
he said, "Look, man."
I feel like he getting that in Nike money. It's terrible. That's a terrible 10 mil.
And this report comes from the Wall Street Journal. People,
yeah, Wall Street Journal. And the thing is, like that's a rookie contract for somebody.
Yes,
that's a rookie contract.
Kyler Murray's gonna make more money than that next month.
Kyler Murray had half of that in guaranteed money in baseball. So
yes.
Colin, I don't know how that fell through. Hit me up, man. Let me know. We'll figure it out. We got to get you some more money because that's just not it, man. 10 million?
Yeah.
And I'm laughing at 10 million like I got it.
Right, but you're saying in comparison though. It's like saying like, man, your job fired you, I'm gonna give you 10 grand, but you was making 150 though. Like
you took the NFL to court, man. You got to come in at 50. I think he should have been at least in 50.
With the revenue that they make, man, you got to fight for more than that. Like I mean, you know what I mean. My thing about it is that it's not my money. I hate counting other people's money.
I'm not gonna do it.
I can't do that. I can't say whether it's the right decision or not to make based on purely on the merits of the money for it. You know, but I look at that and I say for that amount, it might have been just as worthwhile just to expose the whole game. Just to make them emails come out in court. Expose the collusion if that's the case.
Right. I mean, I think at the end of the day, like he has to. I hope he getting something from somewhere else. Like they had. I just refuse to believe that the league is gonna pay him $10 million. I
feel like my thing about it is $10 million in the NFL. I feel like they might have been like, who's got, you know, like when you be like, hey, we about to make a beer run real quick. Who got $10 million on? I think I got 8. I think I got 8. Easy. If I put up 8, somebody else just throw in 2, and
I'll get you back. I'll get you back on next week. Like you got it on you.
Yeah, I don't know, Colin. I mean, I'm sure he tried his damnedest, but what I'm saying is $10 million.
But was that 10 for him and Eric Reed?
I hope not. I hope not.
Because Eric Reed's getting his money.
Yes, he is. I mean, like I don't know how that was the most.
What's the game for Colin now, though? Because I feel like the settlement and things like that, it kind of like first of all, what was your stance on the NFL? Were you watching? Were you still with your same relationship with it? Was it a begrudging one? Like, I mean, you know.
It was very begrudging. One, I mean,
because I know how much you love football. I mean, we talk football in depth.
Most definitely. I mean, my relationship with the NFL last year was I tuned in every now and then. I was not committed.
Did you have a fantasy team?
I did have a fantasy team.
See, that's understandable though, because that's about getting back to the Skrilla around Christmas.
This is an investment.
That's an investment, man. That's money that I gotta have every year. Like fantasy, I can do that blind.
I count that into.
Yeah, you gotta watch the league. I just know you just know the formulas. You just know the formulas.
That's all I know.
Yeah. That's a real thing. That's a thing that when that comes around, it's a thing. Me and Tony playing the same fantasy league together. It was a perilous season. Man, he came back as champion defender.
Oh, you won? You won back to back?
Last year.
Last year. But this year I ran through the season killing people. I'm talking about 1 seed, first round of the playoffs. I got knocked out.
Ooh, happens like that every 8, season. 7, 6, and 5 all won.
In the first round. They knocked out the top 3 seeds. I was the 1 seed all season. Knocked out. It's all good though.
We pulled off a diabolic trade. Three-way fantasy football trade.
You can do a 3-way fantasy football trade?
You can do it if you really set your mind and your heart.
You got to really trust everybody in this situation. You got to trust everybody in this situation.
Make it akin to trying to switch up on line sisters or like chapter.
It got real shaky. I was like, man, they trying to trick me.
We got you.
Like when you make the trade, when you trigger that first trade, you giving up like one dude for like 3 cats that kind of suck.
Right. Yeah, but you don't want to mess the cohesiveness of the league either, though. And everybody, this dude told me, and then you mess up the whole feng shui of the league.
It's a real thing. There ain't no
most competitive league I'm in right now.
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real pot, pays out good. So you know what I'm saying. It's a good joint. But yeah. So I don't know, man. I hope Colin's next step. I guess that's the end of this chapter with the NFL. But I just hope that there's some more to come from it than this outside of just that number. Yeah. All right, man. Let's hit a break real quick. I want to a couple more things with the NFL. I want to talk about Robert Kraft, of course, and his newest employee.
I wish I could be a better me for you. I wish I could make your dream come true.
To the scenario, we are back with our guest, our man Tony Mitchell.
What's good, man?
All right,
man. So Robert Kraft, I don't need to introduce the story, but Robert Kraft has decided that he's not facing the charges. He's on some Jigga Kelly not guilty take with this.
Robert Kraft's slippery, man.
Hey, Robert Kraft, is Robert Kraft the old white Miley Cyrus, the way he's tried to come into the he's tried to come into the culture?
He's hanging out with Meek Mill and stuff, man. And
he gave him a chain.
Meek gave him a chain, and then Meek was like talking about how he's in different rooms hanging out with them. Like, is this the mutually beneficial relationship that we never thought we were gonna get? But now they both now instead of Meek being jammed up, Robin got jammed up. Man. Like, did Robert Kraft get too close to the culture?
He got too close to the sun, as they say. He got too close to the sun.
Robert Kraft is the Icarus of NFL.
Yes. He's Bullworth. We talked about it before. He's Bullworth.
He is Bullworth.
Oh, he's Bullworth. He's Bullworth. We talked about that. He's like, damn man, you really got me in the hood for real, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow.
He started taking on the stress and the pressures of being black. And it's like, I don't know if I can really live.
And Meek even like, man, I don't even know how to get you out of this one, man.
But Robert Kraft came out and said that he's denying charges and he's filed a motion to suppress the video evidence of him doing this stuff. Meanwhile, you got to think that Harvey Levin is already TMZ is like, dog, I've been waiting to drop this fire ass mixtape since it dropped.
I've been sitting on this $500,000 tape for a minute.
He's sitting back like on them Gangsta Grills mixtapes instead of gangster. Can you imagine you watching that Robert Kraft tape? Old girl set that head down and you had Gangsta Grills.
Yeah, Robert was efficient with it. I think he was in and out in like 11 minutes, bro. It was just like, man, I know what I want on the menu, and it's not the double cheeseburger.
He got them big ass Three Kings wings.
Most
though.
Definitely.
He saw the hot donuts on now.
Right.
Said, hold up, hot donuts.
Susan back in the back. I need her.
That's a different life when you take a jet to a strip mall in Miami and then you fly to Kansas City, Missouri directly from that.
Come on, man.
That's a different type of living, bro.
No, that's different level for people that don't
know
understand.
what you want, you go get what you want. That's what you do with Robert Kraft.
Hey, if anything has shown me the most flossed out baller ridiculous shit, it's been this.
Most definitely.
It's been this. But
that's like making a stop, like, hey man, I'm gonna make a stop real quick and pick up something on the way to somebody else's crib.
Yes.
That's he's doing with the plane. He's doing that with planes.
That's
like
he's flying to St. Louis and getting in St. Paul and then flying back to Atlanta just to go watch.
No, not to Atlanta. You going to LA for something with the St. Paul though at the game.
Hey, can we stop by? Let's stop by. But you go you got to go get it still.
Yeah.
So you land a plane in St. Louis.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
You
go
hop
get a St.
on
Paul.
170, come down to U City, get you a St. Paul, go back to the airport.
Just keep it running. And tell them to keep it running.
Bro, I'm gonna do.
And put this in a hot bag because I want to eat it at the game. I want to eat these clips.
It's in the DoorDash bags.
Right.
Grubhub's little bag that's keep it warm.
Keep it warm for me, man.
But you gonna get you a whole order of rice. That shit gonna be hot in the second half of the game.
Right, but he said he wanted his to sit there literally at the game and just been open. You know what? I do got that fried rice.
Yeah, that's it.
So I mean, like behind his whole vernacular,
hot braised chicken.
But so
and then people are like, hold on, this food and brought St. Louis fried rice to the LA Rams game.
Hot braised with the bone or without?
Without.
Yes, of course.
Man,
Only way.
You've been in St. Louis long enough. You know the system.
Trick question. What is pineapple vest? Give me that.
Ooh. Hey, on 314 day, I had me a half order of hot braised with the rice, a side order of wings, and a bottle of Best. I didn't even get the can. I got the bottle of pineapple.
Okay.
It was
See,
down.
I'm a fruit punch cat.
It was down. That fruit punch hit me with that little extra fizz.
Yeah, it made me feel like I'm drinking for real. Like I feel like I got some alcohol in me. Like,
that fruit punch hit you like that
Monaco. Early on the Monacos, people were recording this on the day you're getting this. So
yeah, Daryl was drinking a Monaco at 9:30 in the morning with a scarf on.
Technically, it was earlier because I drank it on the way here, so that would have been like 8 something.
You had just admitted to drinking and driving too. And Monaco drinking and driving. That's instant. Yes, now you're giving yourself up.
Right.
So we'll have to call one of our prepaid legal for the program. But anyway, how is this going to impact Robert Kraft's employee review with Michael Bennett, who recently signed with the Patriots and said, I intend on addressing Tom Brady and Robert Kraft's relationship with Donald Trump when I get to New England?
It's not.
He said that shit like Goro. Like when you knew Goro was coming up soon, like he's coming. I'm coming to Boston to fuck shit up.
Yeah, that's cool, but it's not. Robert Kraft runs the world.
Right. So you think they're gonna let him keep the team?
Yeah.
Not sell the team, but like, is he gonna continue to be the?
Yes.
Yeah, because they say it's like a misdemeanor. They put it down. It's like a misdemeanor now.
Yeah, come on, man.
His stroke game, not in the way you would think. His stroke game in that NFL in the room that owners is legit though. There's probably like only one more dude who's got bigger voice than him in the room,
And it's Jerry. What, the Roonies maybe? You think the Roonies might be up there too?
Nah, not like this cat.
Okay.
All I'm saying is in the NFL you can beat your woman, but you can't get like it's backwards, bro. It's so backwards. Like you get suspended for beating your lady, which you should. Like
or your kid,
but then you get to play again. But then you got Robert Kraft out here just Wild boy.
Owner rules, player rules. You know what I'm saying?
Like, he just out here doing it, no repercussions.
It's like the census back in the day.
Right.
You mark that joint with a W, it's a whole lot different than being marked as property when you're black. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. All right, man. Couple more things before we get y'all out of here. But this is something that I'm just extraordinarily glad Tony's here to address this, because Tony is a fashion guy.
Oh,
Tony would hit you with some fashion and you'd be like, I didn't even know we was on this yet. Like Tony and Q, then cats would come down to Mizzou and be like on a whole different fashion thing. Like
turn to a new level, man.
Like when Bellamo came on and they was talking about
the fashion that we know what the fuck they was talking about.
Exactly. And I was like, y'all hitting a whole different thing. First of all, before we turn this up, Daryl is gonna be bringing back the Nino Brown suit.
Yeah, I got fitted for it too. I forgot to tell you I got fitted for it.
Wow.
I got fitted for it too, man. Shout out to my man Maya, man.
I'm gonna
I
ask
got
you
fitted
this.
for it, and it's a fitted Nino. Just like how I remember he was with the Jewish Taylor. Even though I don't know if he's Jewish, but in my mind I feel like he was Jewish.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
in that scene, it just seemed like it was a Jewish gentleman.
Jewish gentlemen sound like some type of
It's clothing line itself.
Sound like some type of gin that's coming out soon.
Like the Jewish gentleman.
Alcohol.
Yeah. So. And I got fitted just like that, but it was an African American gentleman that actually fitted me just like that. And the Nino is coming back this summer, y'all.
Are you gonna have the Nino for my wedding? Will you wear the Nino with a chain?
What color is it? I just need to know what color.
I can't even tell y'all the color because
If you come out with that cobalt blue, boy, I'm gonna get you an award.
No. I flipped the cobalt a little bit though.
Okay.
I flipped the cobalt a little bit. No, not that level though. It's straight 92 though. You know what I'm saying? It's 92.
Like T-Mac.
No,
Michael Jordan post years.
No. My suit's gonna fit me. My suit fits me though. You know, T-Mac had the joint that was for
legs on one leg.
Yes. No, it's not that. It's not that at all. It's not that at all. But the Nino is in play.
I'm interested to see what that looks like.
So you're saying you want me to unveil the Nino at your wedding?
Yes, I want for you to walk in.
Okay, well then, we can do that.
Nino.
I can hold
up.
up.
From wearing the Wakanda fits
Yeah,
over the last year.
I can wait. I can hold off on the Nino just for your wedding.
That'd be the highlight of the room.
Yeah.
I just want to look out in the crowd and be like.
What's funny is Adrian's got a form of the Nino though.
Have him wear that too.
He's got the black one. He's got a regular black tuxedo.
Adrian, y'all gonna really be looking like the Cash Money Brothers in there. He a little Alan Payne looking as is. Damn, y'all gonna be in there looking like y'all dope.
Hold on. Get Roy to dress as the Dunham Man.
If y'all
Roy to dress as the Dunham Man.
Y'all have to drive in a motherfucking ragtop off-roader to this motherfucker.
Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah.
Jeep Wrangler.
I'm trying to pull up in a PT Cruiser too.
What happened? Is the PT Cruiser discontinued?
It is, most definitely.
Yeah. I saw somebody with a drop top version. Have you ever seen somebody with a drop top? I saw somebody with a drop top version.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it on TV.
It was in Atlanta.
Of course. I want the PT Prowler actually.
Oh, the joint with the big timers. You gonna put up look like a Big Timers video.
I'm trying to pull up looking like Master P in '99.
Oh, that's fucking Mr. Monopoly there. You know, Mr. Monopoly had that revamped PT Pro.
Mr. Monopoly.
I'm trying to pull up like the ice cream.
That's that roaster. You talking about like a roaster?
Yeah.
Where it's like barely two people can fit in it, almost.
Yeah,
where it's like really one.
That PT Pro.
Only it's really you and a woman. Really, it's not like you and your homeboy because it's so small.
The only cat in there could be a cat that's holding a chopper in the back seat. That's the only way there's room for that.
Right.
And he got to be up under the seat.
We got to the fashion part, man, because I want to get y'all takes on these $900 Gucci sneaks this drop. That look like they have been in your rotation since roughly 1987. In case y'all didn't hear, Gucci dropped a new shoe this week that is used. It's a worn down looking shoe that carries a price tag of a humble $900 on it.
Yo, Gucci's drunk right now, man. Hey, first of all, you insult me by that.
No. They streets is hot. Why would you do this in your streets? It's hot right now.
Bad, man.
When you got them Sambo lip turtlenecks dropping, and then you drop these joints.
Come on, man. Like, black people not stupid, man. Gucci really out here just kind of panhandling the whole.
I think they don't want black people to wear their clothes at this point. Like, I think they literally don't. Like, they're trying to force you to not wear.
Did you hear about that little? They have something where they came out with the diversity initiative where they're trying to do all this.
Yeah, because they got Dapper Dan words for them, but that was before. That was before they shit even happened on.
Right. So like, again, we off Gucci. I'm done. I'm with T.I. on this one.
I've never owned nothing Gucci, so I'm cool. I'm
a rich broke boy. I ain't buying no Gucci. If my wife want a Gucci belt, that's cool. But yeah, we off Gucci.
See, Big O was on the show, and he said he's just not getting any more Gucci. But he said the amount they hit me for this Gucci,
I'm wearing what I got.
I'm not wearing it no more. And I said, you know what? I can respect that. Things that were made in the past aren't sins if the crime was created after it happened.
Real. That's real.
That's real thing, especially when you might have a $2,000 belt. You can't just retire that.
You can't.
You can't just drop that off at the Goodwill.
See, Gucci, I'm not even in trouble with Gucci because I don't own a Gucci. Now, if J. Crew starts saying racist shit, then I'm in trouble. I'm like, my whole closet is
Mine is Polo. Like, if Polo's do some shit,
I'm going to be in a bad place if Express comes out and it's like, we got bad things to say about people.
I'm like, dang, man, like, y'all for real? Like, I'll be like, man, how bad was it? I'll be like, well, how bad? Like, I'll be trying to justify, like, did he say nigga, to you?
If Express came out with some racial comments, I'll be walking the streets looking like the hot sparrow.
So what's the we're gonna be looking bad. That's terrible. But like, what's the threshold? Like
what's the worst thing you can say?
What's the worst thing you can say and we be like, we're gonna figure this out? Like, my loyalty.
The worst thing you can say and have me figure it out is what the NFL's done. I was able to maneuver through the NFL.
Who? Yeah,
because they were still providing opportunity for a lot of brothers. That's still my thing. It's been like, I can't abandon something that's still, it's not like brothers got banished from the league.
People still out here eating. So I get the NFL. I'm with that. I can do NFL.
That's Gucci. I mean,
Gucci just flagrant. Like,
yeah, like you can't. My thing is you can't. Like, I don't shop at the joint that had that Puff Daddy called out last year. I don't shop there. What's that? When they had the little monkey, that had the little dude.
H&M.
Yeah, I
had a couple of things from H&M. I had a couple of things from H&M.
I don't fuck with H&M.
Yeah, I didn't have to retire some H&M.
Yeah, it wasn't that important to me. And it was just I had some random pants or something.
Well, what's the thing in your closet that you'd have to have the hardest decision?
Polo. For me, it's Polo. I got Polo sheets.
Product in your life in general. Like this would happen, you would be like, oh, dog, I'm fucked up. Like, what if Angie's Clippers came out and said something struggling?
Hey, look. That's what.
We're going to have to let that one pass. You're going to be like,
let me do this. I'm going to throw out a couple of items here and y'all let me know whether y'all can deal with it.
Barbershops worldwide would be.
Angie's Clippers.
They can't go no.
They can't go no. They locked into the black community at this point. Like, they really damn near can do no wrong at this point. Yeah, okay. They'd have to directly call me a nigga. Even if he called him a nigga, I'd be like, did he really say it to you though, Tony? Or was you drunk? Like, I'll be questioning him like he a witness. Like,
it's kind of like what Chick-fil-A be doing wild shit. It's kind of like that.
Dude, it's the same thing Chick-fil-A.
That was the next thing I was gonna say.
In the South, it's hard, bro.
Chick-fil-A say something wild.
I'm just gonna eat it in my house.
Are you gonna do it just on DoorDash where it's just delivered, where it's like, and you look around like a drug dealer, like, hey man, just go and give it to me. Man.
Just bring it in a brown paper bag like you got a Coke 45.
And that's in your directions on your Grubhub, like, bring it in a brown paper bag and come around back.
And I'll meet you. But
call me when you come in.
I'll never not eat Chick-fil-A. I'm sorry. It's just like, I'm sorry. It's just got to be that way.
Okay. What about whoever makes your wife beaters?
Oh man, I don't wear white beaters no more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't wear tank tops as much anymore.
But that's Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan make white beaters. So
Michael Jordan said bad things about us. So
right. Yeah. So I mean, people good with the white beaters.
All right. Last thing right here.
Popeye's chicken ever say some racist shit?
I got one for both of y'all.
Don't do this to me.
For you, Chipotle.
Oh my god. Wow. I plead the fifth on that. Because the thing is, that chicken steak combo is kind of. I mean, I don't even want half and half. I want 2 full servings.
What is the just so people can know the depths of the extent of our. What's the most egregious crime that somebody can commit in America?
All I'm gonna say is, if you out there eating barbacoa. If you eat barbacoa, I'm gonna say it again. Hang it up.
If you eating barbacoa, I'm giving you the red wedding treatment.
Oh my gosh, it's barbacoa in the chorizo. I'm like, come on, man. Chipotle started just kind of reaching. If you eat barbacoa, we can't be friends.
Daryl, here's your scenario for whether you would be able to continue on or not. Mm-hmm. You turn on the news today, 3 weeks before the debut. And Jon Snow has called somebody a nigga on tape.
Oh wow!
Are you watching season 8 or not?
Yes.
Yo.
And I might even be on the front lines defending it. Like, I mean, did he say nigga? Yeah. And he's short. Anything about him in general, I would like use as excuse. I'm like, he only 5'5". People under 5'5", they have the propensity to say nigga.
The crazy part is if Jon Snow come out saying nigga, it's gonna blow over so fast. Did y'all remember Sansa Stark got called out with saying the N-word?
She did?
Yeah, she was in. I feel like she was in. It was a video. She was in the gym. It was on some quick, like, yeah, nigga, like on some cool shit.
Oh, she was listening to some music, or
she was with her people. She was just with her people in the gym. They were doing a little video. And
was it all white people?
Yeah, it's no real nigga.
What about this? And then we can hit our last topic for the day. What if after all of this moving down south, the Night King shows up and the only thing he says is niggas, and then goes back?
That first of all, that'd be terrible.
Raises his arms. He raises all dead white people as black people.
I'm trying to
horrors. The horrors are just.
I just want everybody to get ready. What if Cersei becomes the Night Queen? That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna leave it at that. I'm just saying it's gonna be real scary.
Well, we got the hip hop. We got the hip hop Game of Thrones episode coming up soon.
Oh wow! Okay.
We recasting the whole series of Game of Thrones as hip hop characters.
Hip hop and R&B, basically black people. Just
no musicians.
Just musicians, but I'm saying, musicians. So it could be some white people too.
If y'all was just doing hip hop.
Ooh,
Suge Knight is definitely the mountain.
Nah, man, no. Suge's a little bit more dastardly than that. Suge's a little bit more dastardly than that.
The mountain?
Yeah, man, he's not dumb.
Let's do this. Let's just
cast Suge ran an organization.
Let's cast one person right now, and let's cast Oberyn right now.
Oh man.
Ooh, Oberyn Martell is fabulous.
Dang.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oberyn Martell.
No, he's fabulous. I'm gonna tell you why. His career, he constantly was almost always there. You was like, man, Fabulous got this hit on him. But he never put together an album.
Was not a prince coming from another land, though. I mean, Fabulous was never the prince of anywhere coming from another land.
People always getting Fabulous props for years.
But
like, Fabulous is the next one.
Up to the level of being the Red Viper?
Dude, look how many people love Fabulous, dog. People love Fabulous. Remember him on Twitter, his Twitter phenomenon, and then all of a sudden, he got caught beating on his lady, and he went silent.
Yeah. It got to be a nigga that didn't shot himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Fabulous was one of the first people to really instigate Twitter. Like, it was him, Kevin Hart, Marlon Wayans. They really created Black Twitter for real on the level of like celebrities.
You know what? I'm gonna say Oberyn is Ja Rule.
Oh, how did he shoot himself in the foot though?
How didn't he choose?
Well, no. Because
the thing is, this is the thing. Ja was hot enough to where if he really wanted to,
he could
do nothing. He could either not did nothing, or he could have really went at 50 for real. I feel like he didn't go.
He did. Oh my God, he did a whole album, Blood in My Eye. That whole album was about 50.
I mean, but what I'm saying is that like if you going at the mountain, bro, you kill him.
See, I think the thing is that he got
50 the mountain.
No, 50's not the mountain. No, 50 was like guerrilla warfare, like the Vietnam. Like he was dropping all these mixtapes, talking shit all over the place, and you already insulated with all this stuff. You're like, well, damn, my MTV money here, all this stuff though.
Let's cast one more person, then we hit this last topic. Tywin Lannister.
Oh damn, that's some OG shit. He might be Jay Prince.
I was thinking Jay Prince, but the only reason I didn't want to say Jay Prince is he's on top of mind in general. I didn't want to go to my top of mind.
He's on top of the world, and then he got hit.
I don't know. Dang, that's tough. I mean, Tywin Lannister is a OG, triple OG.
Yeah, it's got to be Jay Prince. It's got to be Jay Prince.
Yeah, it's got to be Jay Prince.
I feel like Tywin Lannister was always the power behind the crown in the entire fucking game.
So he Jay Prince.
Okay.
He gotta be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except Jay Prince ain't getting murdered by nobody.
Yeah.
But God. Don't come in. Matter of fact, just redact that.
Just let that go, period.
If we doing the hip hop, then I'm gonna tell you what. Then Mike Tyson got to be the mountain.
Yo, did y'all see
we doing hip hop culture.
Have y'all seen that video of Mike Tyson that was released?
The new one, yes.
Oh, hands, yes. Fresh hands, Mike Tyson.
Oh my gosh, yo, that
you don't want none of that.
That hook that he threw, I felt that.
Bro, he threw a hook. He's the only person I've seen in my life threw a hook and his shoulder didn't move.
Oh my gosh, bro! Like, what in the world? All right, look. How much would it take for you to get punched in the ribs by Mike Tyson?
I'm pretty much down for whatever. I just bought an engagement ring. We can pretty much work out a reasonable price.
So you still me and Matt had this comment real quick. I want to do this one real fast. Who is the last nigga in the league that you will let hit you?
In the NBA?
Currently or like always?
In the NFL. Oh, yeah.
I already know what my answer is.
Dead or alive? Is this dead or alive too?
However you want to pick it. The person that you will not like, no matter the money they put on the table, you're not letting them tackle you.
or fight you in general, period?
No, hit.
Yeah.
Get hit.
Yeah,
I'm taking a hit, so I'm taking a hit.
Taking a shoulder and
I done threw you a toss sweep. And it's
Lawrence Taylor then.
Who? Ronnie Lott.
James Harrison. Yes. I'm not getting hit by him, bro.
Yeah.
I was saying Lawrence Taylor because he's on coke, so he's like gonna keep like hitting me because he doesn't have any stability.
James Harrison might be the mountain in real life. Like
you said who?
James Harrison.
James Harrison. Yeah,
and that's a man.
I'm thinking about the route that I was running. I was thinking about Ronnie Lott coming with that '80s recklessness, but you know how I feel about James Harrison.
Yeah, James Harrison is.
Like I want to see James Harrison and Ben Wallace have a street brawl.
No, you don't. James Harrison will beat the shit out of him. And that's just being real. And Ben, that's cool.
He said that's cool.
James Harrison is like Jax off Mortal Kombat in real life, dog. Like he might have the rocket arms and all that shit.
I had a combo, and I'm glad you brought up Ben Wallace. But how many times is it going to take him to get in the Hall of Fame?
Take a second. But I think you know the thing about that Pistons team is that it's tough to separate duty on that team. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like Chauncey Billups and Ben Wallace were when I look back at the team, they had the biggest moments. Like Ben Wallace was absolutely the star of that team at that time. I think that Pistons team takes more understanding of who they were in the moment than any other team that's come along in the NBA in the last 20 years.
Ben was balling before they got there.
Yeah, Ben was solid. So here's the thing I'm gonna say is that Ben Wallace is the last player, maybe in NBA history, that championship team is built around a defensive player. It might not ever happen again. You know, but they did that. They found the right pieces to score enough points, getting Rasheed Wallace. Well, Kawhi can average 28 a night though if he wants to though. Like
he's the best defensive player in the league.
Ben wasn't gonna give you that other half of it though. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Like if even the bad boys had Joe Dumars.
Yeah.
And Mark Aguirre and Adrian Dantley at different points. Like they had cats that could get it. But the point is that Isaiah was always there.
Right.
There was no Isaiah on those teams.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Billups and Richard Hamilton was just above average. Tayshaun Prince played defense on everybody moving.
Right.
You had
and he was long.
And you had Rasheed Wallace who could just do everything. Like Rasheed Wallace might have been the dude that played the furthest ahead of his time for a forward.
And now where he at?
Does he make a Hall of Fame?
He's a high school coach now.
Yeah. But does he make the Hall of Fame?
I don't know if any of those cats do. I think that Ben Wallace stands a good chance, and I think
he was defensive player of the year way too many times. He got to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean he was something else. That's a good topic. But
is Vince Carter first ballot?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Yeah, absolutely. There won't be no pause.
That's right.
Not after this.
I mean, Vince might fuck around and be a player coach in a minute. The way
I feel like Vince is a candidate to be the cat to keep on hooping though. Like he be in the big three, like giving cats league winning buckets.
That's real.
All right, man. Scenario of the week for this program right here, man. This is a situation that you knew we had to get on, man. The Daniel Caesar comments.
Oh my God.
Daryl, walk it in.
So Daniel Caesar gets on Instagram Live and he gets to saying he's drunk. So first of all, this really kicked off. The preamble of this is he got into it with Dave Chappelle on Instagram Live, on John Mayer's Instagram Live. Because Dave Chappelle said, like, damn, you look gay. And he's like, oh, you're not gay for real? And he was like, no. And he's like, you offended by that? It was a joke. And they went back and forth.
Dave Chappelle a wild boy.
Dave Chappelle's a wild boy. So then Daniel Caesar gets drunk and gets on his Instagram Live saying that black people are overly sensitive, that they won't let white people do certain things, and why if white people say a joke, we get mad, but we can say whatever joke to white people, and vice versa, on and on. So, he was defending YesJulz. This call comes from him defending YesJulz.
How did she get so famous, man?
She's one of the way I learned it is she basically understand and utilize Instagram when it first started, like understanding the hashtags, understanding especially the pre-dynamic of Instagram before it was before it had the random shit that would come on her. She understood the feed,
right,
all those different things. She basically mastered the algorithm of Instagram at the early beginning and built herself up to where she is now.
Because she was down in Miami hanging out with
NBA, and then some women and some people say she fucked her way to the top too. Yeah. Let's just keep it out there for our sisters that would believe that.
Yeah, I mean, this Daniel Caesar situation, unfortunately. I mean, I feel like we kind of been hit with this one a few times. Like, what is the threshold of, like, for artists with good music? Like, when do we got to say enough is enough?
I mean, we're going through that with R. Kelly right now. Michael Jackson, too.
You know what? And the hard part is
Michael Jackson hit you in the stomach, don't it? Michael Jackson hit you in the stomach.
You know what? Me and my wife talk about this all the time. Yo, Micah, wild dude, man. And like we can't condemn R. Kelly without condemning Michael Jackson. I know I'm gonna get some unpopular feedback.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Michael Jackson, if we want to say that Mike got in the bed with little boys and didn't touch them, bro, we tripping. Like he touched them.
No. My thing is like, yo, I don't know what happened, but it's real foul. And very, very, you put yourself in position of being in the bed with little boys. Like, so whatever happens almost off of that kind of is on you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because y'all weren't playing Pokemon cards and slapping cards. That's all I'm saying.
And even if you were doing that, you set yourself up for being accused of that.
You're right.
And anything being misconstrued in general. Maybe you wrote, because, dude, we men, let's keep it 100. You know how many times you wake up with a hard on in the middle of the night? And you roll over, think about it's kids and you roll over and your dick hard.
And that's what I'm saying. You touched him at least. You touched him and it wasn't right.
Yeah.
It wasn't right. So yeah, Mike, we wrong for Mike.
But I don't like these two dudes that accuse Mike though. It's just a bad taste in my mouth with it. I know it's Mike, maybe. I just don't like the two dudes that they pulling out.
Straight up.
Full disclosure, I don't like the two dudes they pulling out.
I'm with that too. I mean, the Daniel Caesar situation is interesting because he got some hits.
Dude, that album is banging.
I love his music, man.
That album is banging, man.
I got a whole playlist, a vibe playlist.
Yeah, man. Like, dude, he's fucking good, man.
So I mean,
my thing is like this is potentially a cancelable situation, but I'm willing to give you multiple chances to like, all right, well, maybe I didn't need to go dark and I fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm cool with you on that. R. Kelly is a multiple offender.
Yeah,
like, so I don't want to compare that. I don't want to put them in the same fishbowl. You know what I'm saying? Because
Daniel got to clean this up. I mean, he got to clean it up quick for me.
His next video needs to have all black women, and he just like dark skinned black women in the whole video.
The thing is, hey, I'm always hold it down for the sisters.
Yeah.
But my mama's sister. So
right.
At the end of the day, like, if the sisters ain't rolling with him, I'm gonna take my lead from y'all. So I like Daniel Caesar right now, but if we get some feedback that the sisters we off of him, then
since we talking about the canceling culture, we need to go and roll into the just hilarious situation with the Sikh brothers on the plane.
Hold up.
You got more on Daniel Caesar?
On that though, I mean, like, I want to go to his comments real quick though. How we feel about it though? Like, how do we really feel about? Because I'll be straight up. I've said it before. I feel like we do double standard our comments, and I think we double standard our comments on each other within our own community. Like, I think that there was a point. What was the topic we were talking about it a couple weeks ago?
It's about HBCUs versus
No, not that one. No.
Because it's definitely double standard.
Not that powder keg, but I'm talking.
But it's definitely double standard.
Well, there's a huge double standard there, but I'm talking about the comment that was made about how sometimes dudes need to be able to talk about stuff without women feeling like they need to interject the women's point of view into it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like there's a lot of right now where there's a lot of people that feel like they can address things but can't be addressed back. You know, like, and I get it that sometimes you have women that'll be like, yo, we don't need mansplaining, we don't need things like this. But, you know, like, they'll be really quick to hop in the thing where we can't be like, yo, this is for men to talk to men about. Like, men gotta go behind doors and talk about men type stuff.
On the low.
But if you do it on social media, you're gonna get a whole lot of, you know, the niggas ain't shit stuff put in there and doing all that. When maybe we might know that already, but maybe we need to sort some of that shit out.
That's right.
But like, so I feel like everybody goes to their corner, and I think that men do insert themselves into women's topics, and I think that as a culture, we got a lot of fucking infighting as black people in general.
I agree. I think the thing with Daniel Caesar is he was trying to hop on the train and defend someone who didn't jerk. Like, she has.
Yeah, I think, and I think if he would just said that comment in general, it'd have been fucked up. But I think him defending YesJulz really.
YesJulz and said some real weird shit about black women.
Yeah, man.
Not even weird, just flagrant.
Like, she wore a t-shirt. Like, no, she put a t-shirt wore a t-shirt and like said my nigga or something. Yeah. It said like, can I wear this to something or whatever.
Yeah, it's like when you're doing that's like pressing the powder keg.
Yeah,
you know what
you're
I mean?
like, you're fucking.
That's like intentionally trolling,
but
intentionally trying.
So the thing is, and I'm trying to remember this, but does she have some Puerto Rican background?
No, she's straight up white.
Straight up white. Okay.
She's straight up white.
Like, I feel like that's baiting, and I feel like the thing about it is that, like, I think that we've gotten to a point where we're so ready to rumble that we get baited too easily into some of these things.
Right.
And to me, I think some of the fights and some of the arguments I see are distractions away from other shit that's going on.
Yeah.
Like, the thing I hoped would happen, but I kind of knew was never going to really be a thing because we we a lot of times we too worried about being right and being concerned about our own corner. Is that I hope that we would smarten up and be like, oh, Trump clearly is a sign that there's a them and there's a us.
Right.
But we still have doubled down on fighting each other on things, everything from R. Kelly to Daniel Caesar
to Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I mean, all of this stuff has happened in the last 3 years. Meanwhile, we got 47 presidential candidates, and none of them really are telling us, and nobody believes that any of them can win.
Except Uncle Joe.
I don't.
AKA Sting.
The thing I don't believe is that after we've gotten so polarized and so ready to stand up for exactly what we are, women will get behind the woman candidate. You know, people will get behind the people.
You mean black women?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because white women have gone for Trump hard.
Oh, heavy.
Yeah. And it's been all this movement of us, the sisters movement and feminism. It's kind of crazy. Like,
it's like all of that stuff's running counterculture to the fact that we need to. We make Game of Thrones jokes between this. Like, really, right now, we got the 7 kingdoms, and we need to be putting together like 6 of them against the real war that's coming from the north.
Man,
like,
Trump is a night king.
Like, it's and he's here, and winter came 3 years ago, and we still acting like it's not here. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not going to get any better. You think it's going to get any better when he don't have to worry about getting reelected? Bro, winter is coming still.
It's fastly approaching, as they say.
It's here.
2020 is pretty much here.
Yeah, I mean, it's here. It's 2000. We're 3 months into 19.
So who can beat Trump?
I mean, who could beat Trump? Who do we think has the policy to beat Trump? I'll defer to you on that. You've been out there in D.C.
So I think my real opinion is that people don't care about policy. I mean, people care about sound bites. We're in a soundbite culture right now where, I mean, a lot of people who vote for Trump, man, like we talk about expanding Medicaid and stuff like that, they need it, but they vote for Trump. Like, they're like, hey, we don't want to expand Medicaid. Hey, we don't want the ACA. And it's like, yo, this is the shit that's going to help you out. Like, yo, broke ass.
That's real. That's real.
Park, dog. Like, come on, man. Like, we can't act like we too good for affordable care or fucking Medicaid expansion. So I think a lot of people care about sound bites. I think Trump is a soundbite guy. I think he is a guy who uses Twitter.
That's his press release. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck?
And the thing is, I think in every election cycle where you see a big change, you see a uptick in the use of a new kind of technology. I mean, like Barack Obama used fucking Facebook and Twitter and
email
and shit like that. Social media was like the beginning of that. Trump has mastered the use of social media. And I think, I had a conversation with somebody the other day about Trump. I think his biggest asset is the fact that he just doesn't give a fuck. Like, he can freeze you out of some shit because he just don't care. It's like, yo, when they had that government shutdown, I was like, yo, people haven't been getting checks for months. And he was like, well, build that wall then. Just, give me a wall and I can.
Yeah, and we get all these people out there. Y'all get this.
He's like, yeah, and I don't give a fuck if it who not eating, but like, I'm gonna hold you out and I'm gonna try to get this wall. So he just don't give a fuck. But like I said, it's a soundbite culture, and we need someone who can attack with that. So from that perspective, I think the best chances right now are Uncle Joe.
Okay.
And the wild card out there is Beto O'Rourke.
You think you ready for that type of fight yet?
I think he gonna have to be. I think he young. I think he can fundraise. I think a lot of it's about money, and I think that
can a Democrat come out of Texas though and beat a Republican president?
He can. I think so. I think he can build a national buzz enough to where he can make it happen.
Now, how do you feel about the Howard Schultz situation? Because I get worried about a vote divide.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's a lot of fucking people who are in this field right now. And it's scary because the Dems are going to beat each other up so much in the primary that I think that Trump's going to be just ready. And it's like he coming in the 8th round fresh. Yeah, for real.
Just ready to go.
Yeah, he coming in ready to go. So whoever come out got to be like a real hitter. We can't have Bernie out there. I'm sorry. Bernie will get drugged up and down.
Yeah, and then they ready. They ready.
Yeah, they've been Bernie's. Yeah,
I feel like Bernie's. Bernie kind of just has kind of his own pack of people that are behind him. Like Bernie's time happened and it didn't happen. Whether you believe it's by hook or by crook,
he's Roddy Piper.
He's the thing with Bernie.
He never gonna get the belt, but like you love him and he will come in and disrupt stuff.
I love him, so I guess
he a VP candidate.
Yes,
he a VP candidate. He's somebody that you bring in to like, look, all right, look, you got a buzz, you got a young demographic that fuck with you.
What's the ideal ticket? What's the ideal ticket that the Democratic Party could produce?
Michelle Obama running for president.
Well,
really?
With her husband as VP?
Boom. There we go. Let's run it back. Ain't no rules against that.
There are no rules against that.
And them motherfuckers will put that shit in Congress so fast.
My gosh, quick, boy. Hey, but the Dems in charge of the House, so what's up?
We would see, it would be the first time we ever saw a tag team match on the debates.
Man. So I think best case scenario is, and people kind of talking about it, Joe Biden for president with Stacey Abrams as a VP.
Interesting approach.
He's the most diabolical white person ever if he pulls this off to me. It's Joe Biden, Uncle Joe Biden.
Uncle Joe.
Because black women gonna be hard with that. Boom, boom, boom. So you already got that. You get the people up off you for maybe some little, we talked about off air though, like a little bit of stuff. People talk about the background because you're supporting women.
Yeah.
And now you're putting women in the position because a lot of women didn't fuck with Hillary because like white women didn't want a white woman in front, but they cool with any man regardless of race running the country.
They cool
so
with
you got Joe, and then they can say I'm still a feminist because he has a VP.
Bro, Donald Trump would be shaking in his booty, boy. I'm trying to tell you. Stacey Abrams, the thing with Stacey is, and we kind of had this combo a little bit off there, she can't lose twice. So either Stacey has to make a run for Senate, which is going to be tough, or she should slide in and do this VP work with Joe. I personally think she should have took a run for Congress. I think John Lewis should tap Stacey Abrams.
Oh, and just say, go and take my spot.
And take that spot. But I think Stacey wants to be a president. Like, I feel like she wants to be
you think that's what she wants to do?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, she's not running for Congress because I think it's just too small potatoes. She's like, I didn't do all this to be a congressman. I'm sorry. Like, you guys can do that shit. Let me be the senator from Georgia or let me be motherfucking VP or president. She want to be president at the end of the day.
God bless it, man. Go for it. Whatever it takes. I just hope that more people can get serious and adopt the mindset of whatever it takes to get the job done. Because I don't think that people have bought into that.
I agree.
I don't think that people have bought into that, and I think that that's going to be the number one, undoing of any hope and idea there is.
Straight up.
Truly progressive.
If y'all not registered to vote, please do so. I'm just going to put that little shameless plug in. Make that happen because, people fall for way too much, including your grandmas. So stop. Just cut it out.
Take that day off. Make sure you can get as many people as you possibly can to the polls. Do whatever it takes to get there. Like, no excuses. Don't wait until the end of the day. Don't wait until the end of the day. If you can take off work,
vote early.
Get there. Get there. Like,
early.
Most places you can either walk or it's a short drive to get to your poll. Make sure you do it because I'm put it this way. If you do not, if you do not succeed, if you're against Trump, no matter how it is that your political party is or whatever you stand on, don't look at it like absolutely like we got beat scenario, because last time he didn't win the vote. Remember that, and remember if even more people showed up, that you can overwhelm and suppress that number. Because just make no mistakes, 2020 will be the foremost race war ever taken at the polls in history.
Real interesting in 2020.
Ever. It's gonna be the dividing point in the modern day civil rights movement that's going on.
It's honestly gonna be, I think Barack Obama had his special sauce, and I think you had the Barack Obama effect where you had a lot of black people coming out to vote. I think Trump had the anti-Obama effect where you had all these backwoods, racist ass people coming out who generally wouldn't vote, but like they came out and made sure.
Well, he was the revenge vote.
Yeah,
he was the revenge vote.
So now it's gonna be like a battle royale.
But also the thing to remember too is I don't feel like when Barack came up the second time in 12 that it was as fervent of a crowd showing up to vote.
It wasn't, but he was locked in now.
But the thing about it is, if that same thing carries over to Trump the second time around, where people have gotten fat and have gotten resting on their laurels,
I don't think that's gonna happen. Trump boys be out there with the MAGA hats ready to go.
Yeah,
at the drop of a dime.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, man. Tony, you got anything to...
plug in whatever you got, man.
You got anything to put out there? I know you got things going on.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I want to give a quick shout out to my boy Antonio Brown. He's out there running for city council race in Atlanta.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other Antonio Brown.
No,
I was like...
That's my guy, too. But yeah, Antonio Brown running for District 3. He's in a runoff right now down there in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you're a voter in District 3, what is that, Vine City area right next to the stadium, that's going to be a big election, man. You got the Mercedes-Benz Stadium that just got put in that district. It's going to be a lot of money and dollars rolling through there. But it's Bankhead, all your low income, and some of your upper income areas in Atlantic Station in Atlanta. So if you're not looking at that election, take a look at that. Outside of that, man, like, I had a pleasure being on the show, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate having you. Couple of things, man. That also got sent in to plug. That the FYI Empower Youth Jazz Brunch fundraiser is going to be going on. It's part of the 2019 Ferguson Initiative. That's going to be happening on Saturday, April 6th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Ferguson Event Center. That's at 1050 Smith Avenue here in St. Louis. Looks like they're going to be having a lot of different things going on. It's the ability to be able to contribute to some of the, the outcome of the Ferguson situation and things like that. How those roots have continued to plant, new opportunities and people going for that. Also here in U City on that same day, Kiwan and Murphy Lee of St. Lunatics are going to be having an event that's going to be going towards the scholarship program at U City. It's called You See Me. It's called You Can't Make Excuses. It's about being able to put money in for opportunity for youth in the U City area, but also to be able to kind of provide parachute programs for kids who might not have the things that they need in order to succeed just in the everyday life things. They've got 3 sponsorship packages that'll be happening there. Be sharing that on social media. They'll be more than willing to reach out. We're going to be probably having Kiwan come on the program next week to talk a little bit more about that and to talk about, how him and Nelly and everybody came up and really, one of the rare opportunities to see a place that had no true direct hip-hop presence on the national scene, what it's really like to be at the heart of making that happen. So another dope conversation. That'll probably be from our studios down there. Get that one on tape, do what we need to do with that. But 2 events out there that you can make a difference in your community here locally, and for everybody that's abroad, send us your stuff as well. We can put that over. If
you got some better stuff than Gucci too, that's all our clothing people. Let us know.
Definitely. Hey, another real quick plug, man. In June, man, if you are in the Midwest, or even if you're not in the Midwest, Kicks for the City, man. We got the Sneaker Ball coming up in Chicago. It's gonna be a dope event, y'all. Straight up.
When is that in Chicago?
June 22nd, I believe, is the date. But yeah, it's gonna be a crazy one, man. Like last year was crazy. Had an amazing event.
So they give people what the Sneaker Ball is described. I mean, I know what it is, but
sure. Yeah, so Kicks for the City is a nonprofit organization who I think we're in like 8 cities now. We give shoes to the homeless. We want to help out the less fortunate individuals. We're in St. Louis, Atlanta, Charlotte, New York, Louisiana, down in New Orleans. I mean, we moving across the United States. So we in DC as well. That's my old team. But yeah, the Sneaker Ball is just like a way that we can kind of celebrate, some of our, successes throughout the year. It's also a good fundraising thing. So if you want to be a fundraiser, if you want to be a sponsor for the event, hey, hit me up. Let me know. But yeah, Kicks for the City is dope, man. Sneaker Ball is gonna be dope experience there in Chicago. We really want to make philanthropy fun, man. I think it doesn't have to be the stuffy, shit that we used to seeing. But like, if you got a pair of shoes and you want to give them, I think to this point we've already throughout over the last 6-7 years, we've done over around 50,000 pairs of shoes.
Damn, that's what's up.
So yeah, we making stuff happen, man. So making philanthropy fun. Look at Kicks for the City. Kicksforthecity.org is a website. Check it out. But Sneaker Ball is gonna be a movie, a real movie.
All right, man. Well, hey, more power to the Iowa State Cyclones. More power to St. Louis University Billikens.
Look, man.
Come on, man. Florida State Seminoles. I need y'all to make a run.
Tone's got both sides.
They gotta holler at John Morant tomorrow, though.
I'm sorry. He gotta get dealt with.
No disrespect.
You gotta get dealt with.
All right, thank y'all for listening as always.
We'll be back, man. We'll be back real soon. Second episode coming on. We had a week off.
So we're gonna double dip y'all for a little bit.
We got a few more things to touch on.
All right, peace.